Hey everybody, so I'm coming at you today from a different direction because I don't want to wash my dishes right now. So this way you don't have to see them, and it's like I don't have dirty dishes. It makes me feel like woohoo. One thing I just realized though. Never mind. I always forget to check and make sure I have it on public before I go live. But there's no way, I don't think, to fix that after you start. Nope. Okay, well, who cares? All right, so here we go. Pulled pork. So I tried to look up recipes for making pulled pork in your Instant Pot. Everything was like, put your rub on it and then add the sauce to the pan and cook it all in the sauce. I don't like cooking pulled pork in sauce. I like to eat it just with the rub all done up. So I did find one that talked about not using a sauce, so I'm going to attempt to kind of do that. I'm actually going to make it the way I normally make it for the oven and then put it in here and see what happens. I figure they were on sale today. I got my pork butt for like $9. So if it all falls apart and doesn't work, I'm not going to cry about it. So yeah, Stu, if you were still next door, you could come over and have some pork. It's still a little bit farther of a drive for you now. So I'm going to quickly make my rub that I love to use. So it's brought over my pile of stuff. So it's a 1/4 cup, if I can find one, of brown sugar. The recipe calls for a dark brown, but I don't buy dark brown sugar. I buy light brown sugar, so that's what I've always used when I make it. So we're gonna stick with what I know. And I have to say, I've been using the, our new little things, our new little, I don't know, the brown sugar keeper thingers. It is pretty nice. They keep them nice and, it keeps it nice and not sticky. I don't know the proper word to use. All right, so a 1/4 cup of that, 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. Let me find my tablespoon here. Having a grand old time here. Okay. So 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. 1, 2-ish. So I like the idea that I can cook it in here in like an hour versus 5 hours in my stove. I like that a lot. All right, so then it's 2 tablespoons of paprika. I do a mixture. I do a mixture of regular paprika and smoked paprika. So got a tablespoon of regular paprika, and then, because I don't like to use liquid smoke. I don't like the taste of liquid smoke. I don't like how it makes my food taste. So I prefer smoked paprika. So a tablespoon-ish of smoked paprika. Next, 1 tablespoon of ground black pepper. I don't like sitting here grinding enough to make a tablespoon of black pepper. If I can get it open. There we go. So I like to buy just a container of already ground black pepper. 1/2 tablespoon, if I can find one. Look at that. Coriander. This is my favorite pulled pork recipe. It's my favorite. Rub everything. It's delicious. Delicious. If you like pulled pork, I highly recommend this recipe. So a 1/2 teaspoon. Let's see if we can find that one now. 1/2 tablespoon. Normally I have them all like stuck together, but I just did a big wash, so they all just got thrown in there. So a 1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard. And that is, I know a lot of people don't know this. Some people do, some don't. It's a seasoning. Dry mustard is a seasoning. It's not like mustard. Tis a seasoning. Then a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. I keep like getting a big old like inhale of it and making me cough. All right, so we're going to, did I use those ones? I don't know. We're gonna throw them over there anyway. So I always like to just squish up my clumps of anything. Seriously, this is my favorite dry rub ever. I've been trying to decide if I want to cook the pork on the tray, but everything I read tells me I have to cut up my pork. I guess I guess that feller's not really going to fit in there, is he? I mean, he does, but there's no space for him to move around. So I do got to cut him up, which is going to be weird. I've never actually done it where I have to cut it up. Okay. There's my rub. My rub. So I am going to quickly take the pork out here. I like to buy, this is a pork butt or a pork shoulder, whatever you prefer to call it. That's my favorite. You can do it with a loin, you can do it with a, stay, don't fall. Don't fall, gotta get, whoop, something better to open it. My knife isn't wanting to open the plastic. You can use, what is it, a picnic, you can use a loin. I find them to be not as juicy because there's not as much fat to them. Oh, he's heavy. He's dripping really bad. Just to give him a second to be done. There we go. Okay. So I gotta take my garbage out anyway, so we're gonna close that up. Yuck. And then the garbage will go out once this gets started. Okay, so let's see if I can get this on here for you guys. Okay, so everything I read said to cut it into like 1/2 inch, well, or not 1/2 inch, 1 to 2 inch squares. I'm trying to find my bone. There's my bone. Let's see. I might need a bigger knife. Let's see if this one will work. Ugh. Again, I don't usually cut them, so it's really weird to cut it. This is gonna be a, we'll see how it goes event today. So this, my plan is to cook this, and then it'll feed us for like the whole week. What is today, Tuesday? Yeah, this would feed my husband and me for the whole week. So kind of like meal planning and everything all just, it's, yeah. So I'm just coating it. Some people will tell you you have to let it sit in your rub for at least, some people say 24 hours, some people say at least an hour in your fridge. I don't care. I put my rub on and I cook it and it still tastes just as good. Okay, let's see. Where's my fat? There's the fat. Okay, I'm gonna put it as best I can, fat side down. I don't know how I'm gonna cut this last piece though, because that is a big bone. Let's see if I can cut this side of it. Ooh. It's a sturdy pork shoulder here. This is gonna be like a little bit, and then I am gonna put the chunk with the bone right in there. I always think the bone helps give it like really good flavor. So I'm actually going to put the rub all over this piece. I like to try and make sure I get the rub down in it, like where maybe the meat separates. Make sure to get your rub in there. Whew, I'm making a mess today. That's all right. It smells really good. I love this rub. I love the smell of this rub. I love the pulled pork that comes from this rub. I know I have said that a few times, but I ain't lying. It's not a lie. I love it. Okay. So this is the piece with the bone. Right, we're gonna call that good. Let's see if I can, whoops, making a mess. Okay. I don't know if I can fit this stuff in. I'll just leave this part out. Okay, throw this in the garbage. Let me quickly wash my hands. I really need to do the dishes. I did big grocery shopping today, so when I do that, I tend to clean the fridge out. And then I have a whole bunch of things that have to get washed in the sink, which is what I have right now. Oh, and so I used the kids mixing bowl for my rub. I like the size of it. I like the handle on it. It's one of my favorite bowls. Someday I'm going to order myself another one, so I have two. I probably should have moved this before I got my hands clean. Okay, here we go. towel. All right, I am here, I promise. So normally I do a mixture of apple cider vinegar and apple juice. I did not buy any apple juice, and I don't have apple juice. Hold on, please. But I did just buy apple cider vinegar. So I have that. So normally I normally do a 50-50, like a cup of apple juice, a cup of apple cider vinegar. But since I'm gonna do a half water, half apple cider vinegar. Once I find my, there we go, half cup. Okay, so. And then a cup of water. And then I think if you use just the leftover liquid mixed in with your pork, I think that's a Carolina or a Carolina style pulled pork. And then if you add like barbecue sauce, it's a Virginia pulled pork. I don't know for certain on that one. It goes one way or the other. I can't remember which. I like mine plain. I don't usually add the liquid back in. Travis likes it with barbecue sauce on it, so his gets some barbecue sauce added. And that's it. So according to everything, all the different blogs I went on and looked at, that is all it should take. I'm going to do a custom cook full pressure for, everything seemed around 50 or 60, so I'm going to do 55 because my pork was a little bit bigger than a couple of the pages I read. And then I'll take it out, check it, and if it's not ready, I'm going to throw it all back in and we'll cook it a little bit longer. I tell you what, guys, this, I know I sell them. I know I do. And I know a lot of you own your Instant Pots. And I kind of wish I had kind of jumped on that train a little bit sooner because it's kind of cool how fast it cooks things and how easy it is. But again, this month you can host a party, get one for 96 bucks, get your own. And or if you already own an Instant Pot, we have two new inserts. You can make cheesecake, and we have a ceramic pot. They're both really cool. So if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. All right, guys, I'll post a picture when it's done.